All right, all right. I'm here today with Get Wet Power Washing. Get Wet Power Washing. I'm here with Nick, who is the owner-operator of this cool business. And we've had a couple power washers on the show. I met Nick through another one of our power washers, Mr. Tom Jarrah. Shout out to the Wonder Man Handyman.
Wonder Man.
And I met Nick. He was when Tom Jarrah, after Tom Jarrah left, he did a fundraising event for us, collecting food and toys for our toy drive and our Thanksgiving turkey drive. And Nick was at the Jeep event, and we met, and we've done some business since. And he's got a cool story, so I wanted to get him on the podcast today. Welcome, Nick.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
You got it. And you are a podcast listener, so
yes.
You are.
Yes.
You put those earbuds in while you're washing houses.
I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. Who's your favorite podcast?
Andy Frisella, Real AF.
Oh, real. Tom likes that one too. He was telling me about that.
I introduced Tom to Real AF. Yeah.
He said to me, "Oh, I got this new one that I like. You got to check it out." Yep. All right. So that, and you also said somebody else who's in the sales training world before that, or in business training, Ed.
I've listened to Ed Milet. I listened to the King of Power Washing, which is great for obviously
for your business.
Yes. So
hopefully we get on your roster of podcasts to listen to.
You're there. I mean, I've listened to two of the other three Washketeers.
The Washketeers. That's the name for the Ocean County guys that are washing houses. The Washketeers, and that's Jimmy Keegan, Tom Jarrah, and Nick.
Yep.
So
the three of the best.
Three of the best. So you're good with both of those guys and their approach and what they do?
They are phenomenal individuals. We all are on the same mindset of, we got into this for time and financial freedom. We didn't get in this to just work and say, hey, my name's on the door. Great.
Yep.
Because I could go flip burgers for $16 an hour if that's the case. You know what I mean? So we do this to be able to spend more time with our families, and I do it predominantly to provide a difference. That's why I do it. I don't do it. I mean, money comes and goes. You give me $100 today, by 6 o'clock it's going to be gone. But if you have a bad day or something happened at home or whatever it is, and you come home and your biggest investment you get to see look totally different, that provides joy, that provides happiness, that provides things that money can't buy. And that's why I love what I do.
So you're all about the customer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great. In the world of today, I love when I hear people that really value customer service, because when you look across the board, I think you could agree from places you frequent, customer service is down.
I would definitely agree with that. I went out to a local restaurant in Toms River, and there was a bunch of us were sitting down, we're eating. And the waitress came over and she's like, hey, I'm going to give you guys your bill. I'm going to get out of here. And in my head, I was like, you guys are still open. What do you mean? Like, you have to take care of your customer, because at the end of the day, your customer takes care of you.
Yep.
Because if I do a great job for you, then you're going to refer me, or you're going to put a post on Facebook. Tom got all of his stuff done through you, saw what it looked like. Boom. I'm going to do the same thing.
I appreciate that.
The service is great, your communication is phenomenal, and your team's communication is phenomenal. And that's what it's all about. Like when we submit a proposal to you, you get a text, you get an email, you get a text after it's been sent to follow up to make sure that you received it. And because we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Because if we're not, then how am I going to get your business if you didn't get my estimate? You know what I mean? So communication's key, especially in this day and age when everybody's busy, everybody's doing everything. Well, everyone's looking on their phone. They're also very busy. So you want to make sure that you're there for them. And again, your season is kind of compact. So it's very important that, in my mind, for you guys, that you're efficient while you're doing this. Yes. One of the things that separates Get Wet from any other company, besides having a fantastic name,
is a great name.
Is we provide hot water power washing, which is completely different than what everybody else does.
Give us the rundown of what the difference of.
So the process is the same, whether it's hot or it's cold. It's the exact same process. But the plus to having hot water is let's say you're a realtor and you have a house you're going to list in October or November. Well, most people are shut down. Not us. Call us. We come out. We can wash in any temperature. We can do hazmat cleanup because we can go up to 250 degrees and steam out whatever needs to be done.
Wow.
So like having hot water provides more diversity within our company, and it also allows us to wash houses in colder weather because heat and sunlight is what activates the main ingredient in our house wash is solutions, I guess is the right word I'm looking for.
That is.
So having that provides the ability to wash any time of the year.
That's great.
So when you do pavers and things like that, I don't have to use chemicals. I can use regular hot water and steam out mold, mildew, all that stuff, dirt.
I'm going to open up this new brochure that you got so that people can see. So
made by Wingman, just so everybody knows.
So residential soft washing. Now the soft washing is also hot water.
Hot water.
Okay. Concrete and paver cleaning. So that's a great one because a lot of people think that once the pavers get dirty and they get that you have to replace them rather. But you can really come in and put a solution, spray a solution that's going to clean these things and make them look like new.
I don't even need solution
because
I use hot water, so I can clean it all like that. And also in there, we do new polymeric sand. We do sealing.
Let people know what
polymeric sand is. It's the stuff that's in that goes in between the cracks of your pavers. It's basically like quote unquote glue that holds them together. So
keeps them tight so that
that also prevents all weeds and things like that growing through it. So when you look at your back patio and it looks like the Amazon jungle, you just call us. We blow them out. We put new sand in.
So just give an example. So somebody calls you and says, Nick, I need to get my pavers cleaned up. So you're going to come in, you're going to hot water them, clean them all up, clean them nice, get all the mildew, the mold, the whatever else, moss out of them. Then you're going to come behind that next day with polymetric sand or the same day?
I'd like to wait 24 hours.
Okay, just let everything dry.
Some people do it right, like, within 12. I'd rather give it 24 because I want everything to dry out. I want everything to be perfect because then before we put the sand in, we'll come by, we'll double check all the cracks. If we got to pull, whatever we missed when we were blowing them out, we'll scrape them out. We'll get everything done. Then we apply the new sand. We let it dry. Then we come back the next day. We look it over, make sure all the cracks are filled. Everything went as to be expected. And then if we're sealing them on top of that, realistically, if we're cleaning, sanding, and sealing, it's a week.
Okay.
Because I like to allow dry time before I put something else on it.
And then when you seal them, how long is that good for? And then also, how long are you off the patio? Like, do you need to be off the patio for a couple of days while that's sealed?
I tell everybody 24 hours.
Okay.
24 hours. Now, how long will it last?
Yeah.
That really all depends. The products we use are higher end products. We don't use Home Depot sand. We don't stand by it.
It's fair.
It's lesser quality. So if you call me, you're going to get a higher end product. Whether that's cleaning your house, whether that's sanding your pavers, whether that's sealing, whatever it is, we provide a premium service at a premium value for premium customers. If
Makes sense.
We are not chucking a truck for $99.
Yep,
we are not that guy. If that's what you want, there's hundreds of them.
Oh yeah.
But the only difference is it's a different 100 of them every year.
Sure.
Because they don't last.
I mean, part of that's growing a business and a brand and having value for your customers. I get that. And I'm sure in your business there's a lot of repeat business of people that come back every year.
Tons.
I know the power washer that did work at my house the last couple of years. It's been the same guy that's come back because he does a nice job and he's very good with scheduling and all that good stuff.
I have a customer in Bayville. We've been open for 4 years. This will be our 4th season. So
this is their 4th season.
So I have a customer. He reached out to me. He was shopping price because he felt like he was getting a little ripped off from the last guy.
Hopefully it wasn't one of the Musketeers.
No.
All right, good.
No.
That would be bad news. That would be.
Then it's oof. So he calls me. I come. I look at it. He tells me what he's paying. And I laughed. I laughed right at him. And I said, I hope he takes you to dinner first. Because if not, I don't know what to tell you. So I came in at a number that I was comfortable with, where I can make money and the customer's happy.
Yes.
Right? Profit isn't a dirty word.
Yep.
So ever since then, now he lives in the middle, and his sister lives on the left, and his sister lives on the right. So now every year we do
like
all
everybody
three
loves
of them.
Raymond.
Pretty much. We do all three of them now because I was fair, I was honest, and I did a good job.
That's great.
That's what it is.
That's a testament of great work. That's awesome that you got both neighbors that are related to him. And again, it's nice for you. You go in and you're there.
I don't have to move. I can
Yeah,
just
you
park one
park
in front
the
of
truck.
one house and just hook up
All you
to
need
other
is a couple
people's water.
podcasts on your iPhone.
That's it. I'm
so
good
you're
to
ready
go.
to go.
I'm good to go. Yep.
So how many trucks do you have on the road?
Right now we have a truck and a trailer that's fully equipped with everything you need to perform high-end quality service. And then we have another truck that's a flatbed truck that has, again, basically everything that's in that trailer on that bed to do the exact same thing.
All right.
I'm always looking to expand. I'm always looking to grow. I set personal goals. I set business goals. Last year, we surpassed my business goal.
That's great.
This year, I set the bar high.
Good.
I set the bar high because I can always move the bar. If I set the bar too low at something that's comfortable for me, then I'm never going to grow because you grow in discomfort. So if
You have to get out of your comfort zone to grow.
So I set the bar really high, and I know I'm going to obtain it. One way or another, I'm going to do it.
I love to hear that.
But if I fail, at least I tried. Most people don't even try.
Yep, sure. You got to be in it to win it. You got it. And I think that outside of your comfort zone. Again, I interview entrepreneurs every week, as you know, and that's a common theme. Like if you're going to grow, you have to grow outside your comfort zone. You have to be able to be comfortable in the uncomfortable.
I went to my first networking event.
How'd you like it?
It was interesting. I'm a people person. I like to talk. I have no problem. I call it shake a hand, meet a friend. You know what I mean? But it was very interesting. And
Where was it?
Roxy's in Tom's River.
Oh, Anthony Battle was putting that
Yes.
on. Anthony Battle has been a podcast. Shout out to Anthony Battle.
He's
he's great.
funny.
He
He's
is
a
funny.
funny dude.
He is funny.
awesome.
He said
It was a very good event. There was a lot. It was a young entrepreneur thing.
Yeah, young professionals,
So
right?
it was cool to have people like my age. I'm gonna be 37.
okay.
I think.
All right.
And so
almost 37.
yeah, somewhere in that number, give or take 5 years. So after that, we
It's really 42.
so we it was cool to just meet new people, make new connections, and then be in discomfort. And then I'm one of those people that likes to look back. So like on my drive home, what could I have done better?
You do that too?
How was
I
this
do that too.
Yes. How did this conversation go with this person, and how did I handle myself? What did I stumble over? Like today when I go home and I'm driving home, I'm going to go, why did I stumble over that word earlier? Like that's how could I have
Made it
done
better.
that better? You know what I mean?
I love it. We think the same on that one. I always think about that when I talk
Yes.
to a new customer or prospect. I would say, especially if they didn't end up moving ahead, I'll be like, well, what could I have? I think back and replay. What could I have done differently? What did I say? I was in a meeting one time years ago, just to go off topic for a second, and the guy was on board. Oh yeah, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. And then he said, what's the fee for? It was pay-per-click advertising, and I said it, and he totally changed his tune and sat back like this, and the meeting changed, and I was like,
His body language, he
body
became
language
closed off.
He totally turned off, and I don't know what number he wanted to hear, but I said, I saw the body language change. And I pulled back and I said, listen, we don't have to do that part of it. He needed a website, really, is what he needed, and the pay-per-click was an afterthought. Maybe in 6 months after we build the website, we'll talk about this different kind of advertising. So I said, look, the first phase one is doing the website, and he agreed to that, and and we don't. I don't think he ever ended up doing the pay-per-click. But in the meantime, he went totally changed his path on me, and I was like, wow, it was crazy how he just put it. It was so different. So that's great that you think about those, because I always think about that.
I always try to be open. I always try to be warm. I always try to find. It's going to sound kind of weird, but I try to find my customers' love language. I try to figure out what it is. I try to figure out their pain points. I try to figure out what is important to them. Now, some people are going to hear this and go, oh, he's just a great salesman. Maybe, but on top of that, when you actually
When you care.
give a shit about, if you actually care about what your customer wants and needs, and they see that, that means more than anything else.
Agree.
Because you're going to get a bunch of people that are just going to yes them to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do a lot of work in Lavalette, Pelican Island. So
great area.
Yeah, as you know, every house is over $1 million, and they don't want yeses. They want, when can you do it? Can you be here? And is it going to be great? They don't want to call me back. That's
part of the service. Like, you want to get to the point where you're doing such a great job that all they want to do is send you a text and thank you and write a Google review for you.
That's it.
That's it. That's the name of the game. And again, they want you to do your job. You're the professional.
Yes.
You're the guy who knows more than them. They know that their house needs to be cleaned. You know how to get them there.
I call myself, well, I guess it's one of those speak it into existence kind of things.
Yep.
So I am the Jersey Shore's preferred power washer.
Jersey Shore preferred power washer.
I am.
Okay.
Why am I? Because I believe I am. If I don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it.
So 4 years ago, what made you get into this? How'd you get into it? And I know you have a partner because I met your partner. So how did this kind of come to be? Like, so you're 37 now, so you're 33 years old. What?
Me and my brother did this years ago, and we did fleet washing.
Okay.
Don't ever do it. It's the worst thing in the world. Okay. Don't wash trucks. Don't wash trailers. It's the worst thing in the world. It's very time consuming, and it's on a Saturday and a Sunday because during the week everybody's working. We didn't really see eye to eye, so we parted ways. And it was New Year's New Year's Day, and I texted Donnie and I said, "You want to make?"
Did you know you had?
I knew Donnie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said, "You want to make some money?" And Donnie.
Usually, probably people don't say no to that one.
Well, Donnie Graham is a very smart businessman. He is a very great entrepreneur. He owns DG Lawn Care. He has a fishing boat called Blood Money. And, you know, he has a regular full-time job on top of that. So he's all about making money. And he was like, yeah, what do you want to do? I said, let's open up power washing business. Mm-hmm. He said, let's do it. So we literally started from nothing. Now there was a small initial investment made by Donnie into all this. I provided the sweat equity and everything else.
Sure.
Which I still do. And
yeah, you are perspiring a little bit.
Yeah, you know what happens. It happens. When you're, chunky, that's,
Yeah, I feel you.
So.
Got two big guys here today.
Yes, don't mess with us. So I got, we just went into it, and like I said, he made a small initial investment into it, and we started off with the same truck and the same trailer we have now, and we bought a used hot water machine because I refused to wash in cold water. Mm-hmm. And we slowly.
So you knew that from day one. Yes, you didn't want to.
Because like I said, I did that before with my brother, and it was so I kind of like worked out the kinks of what I didn't want and what I wanted, and we've slowly grown every single year.
Great.
We've grown financially. We've grown in knowledgeability. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it.
All right.
And then
in knowledge.
Yes.
We'll take the ability out, but we'll go with knowledge.
And then
we've grown our knowledge base of what we're doing.
Yes. And I've learned marketing. I've learned advertising.
I love your social posts.
Thank you. Anything you see on social media comes from right here. Whether it's a funny saying, whether it's pop culture post that I somehow tie in to Get Wet. All that comes straight from me.
Your social is creative. I would be the first to tell you that. I love to see it, and I try to hit the like button.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So it's I love it though. It's very catchy. And you have a new shirt coming out, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
When I come back, why don't you just tell people what the shirt is and let the audience figure it out on their own.
So the front of the shirt, as you know, the name of the company is called Get Wet Power Washing. You can see this fancy little logo. That is that's going to be on the back, and on the front in big bubble letters, it's going to say "Want to Get Wet." I think it's great brand advertising. I think it's
catchy. It's funny. When I first got out of college, I worked for a startup company. They're no longer in business. It was called Jeremy's Micro Batch Ice Creams. It was a very small startup. 20 years ago. They made like like the Ben and Jerry's type ice cream, but like in a micro batch. Like think about like the microbreweries.
Yeah.
So that was their idea. They were gonna have small batch ice cream. I was 22 years old. I went to this startup, and they used to have a shirt. They used to give out shirts at promotional items, and it says, "You know you want some." And then on the back, there was Jeremy's logo. So when you said that this morning, I thought about about that, and it made me laugh.
You know, like when we were talking about like growing and things like that, one of the things I noticed was I'm a numbers guy. I could tell you my close ratio. I could tell you my average ticket. I can tell you.
You know it all.
I'm very big in that because as a business owner, if you don't know, or a business partner, whatever word you want to use, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know if you're profitable. You see money coming in. Yes. You see money going out. Yes. But if you don't know your brass tacks, you don't know if you're a real business.
That's fair.
So
you got to know the numbers, and you got to know what it costs. What it costs for you as you continue to grow, and you're going to need labor. Like, so your numbers are a little skewed now because you do a lot of the work yourself.
I do a lot of the work myself, but one of the things I learned through podcasts, through the King of Pressure Wash podcast, was you have to bid your estimates as if you already have those people.
That's a great way to think about
it. If I'm going to get off the truck, I know what it costs me to go to work. I know what it costs, for my first employee to go out and go to work. Now, if I'm going to get off that truck and put somebody else in my position, but I still need to get paid.
Yeah.
I need to bid accordingly for that to happen. And I get the whole social media. I get the whole, people want small family-owned businesses. That's great. I have no issue with that. I support them. I'm pro-America's, businesses, all that stuff. However, there does become a point where you're going to walk into wingman planning, and they're not going to see you because you're going to be in the back, or you're going to be on vacation because you do this for the same reason I do. But
I hardly ever go away.
Well, there's
just so you know,
they're going to see this fine gentleman behind the camera. They're going to see
shout out to Andrew,
another lady sitting at the front desk.
Yep.
Well, if you didn't plan that in these flyers that I just picked up, how are you going to pay them? You know what I mean?
I totally understand.
So you're still a family-owned small business.
Yep.
However, you have employees.
20 of them.
And there you go. That's fantastic. I bet you your very first day, you never thought you'd have 20 people underneath you.
I never did. I always thought I was going to be a one-man show. I worked in corporate America. After I left the startup that went out of business, I went to corporate America, and I worked there for 8 years. And I said when we first was going out on my own, I said, I'm going to be a one-man show. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to have no overhead. I'm not going to have an office. I'm not going to have rent. I'm not going to have anything. Now I have 2 offices.
There you go.
And, so it very quickly changed. But again, it was for the right reasons. I don't want to have employees for the wrong reasons. I want to have them because we're building a brand, because we're helping our customers, because we're helping grow what we're doing. So that's why I wanted to do it. But again, to your point,
you know what we should do, Tom?
What's that?
I'll come back.
All right.
And we'll switch chairs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are we going to do in the switching of chairs? I've never sat on that chair.
Exactly. But you're an entrepreneur, right?
I am.
That's what this is about, right?
It is.
You've built a great company, right?
Trying.
So why not give the people what they really want?
Well, we try to do that from time to time. So you're going to ask the question.
I'll ask you. I'll interview you.
You ever see what is that? Step Brothers.
Yeah.
I'll interview you.
Yes. We'll give it a shot. Why not?
Try it.
Andrew, what do you think? All right,
we'll put that on the agenda. Taylor, let's get Nick back on in a couple months, and we'll continue.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
I'll sit in
because as I'm listening to your story, it's like there's, I love what you're doing with this. I think this is fantastic, and I love how it's all based in right here in Jersey. It's local, homegrown people. You're gonna run into at ShopRite, Walmart. You're gonna see these people.
Yeah. And you know a bunch of them, and 5 of them live in your community, and now you know Anthony Battles. That's 6.
So that's what I'm saying. But having your story, because you do have people who are realtors, you do have people who could be in some type of a larger professional setting than what I'm in, but maybe you're gonna say something that could change that person's career trajectory. That's why I like podcasts. That's why I like explaining my story, because if 100 people listen to this. Mm-hmm. And one person takes away one thing that I said,
it's a win.
it's a win all day.
It's a win all day.
Win all day.
I couldn't agree with you more. And it's funny, as we started to do this, it's kind of evolved. Like, we never wanted a podcast. Andrew said to me, I need you for like 1 hour a week where I can just have you just talk, because for our own social media.
Yeah.
And then it became, I put headphones on one day after we did this like little podcast. He and I were just chit-chatting for 20 minutes, sitting in this chair. That's how this became my chair. And he's like, throw the headphones on. And we threw the headphones on. I put a picture on social media, and like, if I got flooded with people like texting me, emailing me, asking me to go on, how do we get on your podcast? And I was like, how do we get on your podcast? We don't really have a podcast. And then on top of it, someone just walked in that was going to the bagel store, so sorry for that. I hope you enjoy your bagel sandwich. A little late for maybe they're getting a little lunch. And then people started asking me, and the first episode was me talking about my story of leaving corporate America and going out on my own. Then I've had Tony, who runs our web development team. She and I had a conversation. Then Chelsea, who's our chief operating officer, and I had a conversation. And then it just started going into the interviews with different business owners, and from there it's just been going. And we started the idea of once a week we were going to do this. Well, we had we've done 25, and we have about 25 on the waiting list right now. So I said to Andrew, I don't think that people are going to want to wait a year to get on the podcast. So let's go to 2 a week. Let's start recording 2 a week, and we'll 2 a week. We'll launch one. We'll put one out on Mondays and one on Thursdays. We'll record 2 on Friday mornings. Well, 2 now has become 3 because this list keeps growing. This week alone, probably 4 or 5 new people asked to be on the podcast, and they filled out their form. We sent you that link, and you filled it out, and you send a headshot in and all that good stuff. So probably 4 or 5 people this week alone asked to be on it. So if we're doing 3, releasing 2, and 4 new came on, we have a problem again, because now we're not doing them in the same frequency.
See, though, that's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
But however, that speaks to the growth thing we were just talking about.
Totally.
Because you put on a pair of headphones and you talk to Andrew for 20 minutes, half an hour, and you didn't think it was going to be where it is. But why do people want to come on this podcast? Because they like you, they like your brand, and they like your company. So they want to support you and everything that comes along with it, which is exactly why being a small business owner, if you follow the recipe for success, that's the thing I don't understand is they have, there's tons of knowledge out there. Coaches, I'm big into self-development, personal development, huge into it. And I'm listening to that for the recipe, right? If you like your mom's meatballs and she gives you the recipe, but you go, I think I should add, half a cup more of this or 3/4 less of that, you're not going to get the same result.
No.
It's going to be your mom's plus what you think.
Sure.
So when you don't get the result you're looking for, you know why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you follow the recipe, you're going to get the good cake. But that's
on this self-development, how long have you been involved in trying to better and do this? Or is this been
about 2.5 years.
Okay.
Honestly.
Did something happen that made you do
I got divorced.
Okay.
I got divorced.
I did not know this ahead of time. This is new.
I took a long look in the mirror, and I realized I had flaws.
Okay.
I had flaws, and I had issues, demons, whatever politically correct word you want to use. And I realized I needed to be a better person. I realized I got 2 kids, 16 and 11.
Okay.
Both daughters, and something hit me I'm better than what I'm presenting. And
I love it.
I needed to really fix things. And I'm not saying I was this big bad horrible monster that lives under your bed, but there was things that needed to be corrected. And once I started it, I realized there's more to it. There's layers. It's like an onion. And, I feel it's just like with yourself. When you realize, I need to fix something or whatever, you peel back the onion, and it's like what you think is the problem really isn't the problem, because if you go 3 more layers, you find the root of the problem. You know what I mean? So the same thing with personal development. There's layers to it. You can never stop learning.
Agree.
However, you can be a information zombie and just consume and consume and consume, but you actually have to implement it.
Sure.
Because if you don't implement it, it doesn't really mean anything. You're just smart. That's it. But you're not doing anything. And I noticed once through manifestation, power, positivity, all that good stuff, things actually changed in my life through business, through personal relationships, through relationships with my kids, to everything. It's
awesome.
changed. It's changed the trajectory of my life. And there's times, don't get me wrong, I sit back and I'm like, I should just go back to whatever the hell I was doing before. It was so much easier. It was so comfortable to continue to just go back to that. Then I look back and go, but then is all my success and in all aspects of my life because I've made all the right choices and changed my life? If so, then I'm going to lose everything I just did. And I'm not losing.
No. You're in it
I'm
now.
not losing.
You're in this.
No.
I love the positivity. I love the fact that you looked in the mirror and you made some changes. A lot of people want to do that, but don't actually follow through and peel back the onion.
Like you look back at, me, Tom, and Jimmy. We always joke, about having the group and all that stuff. But the reason I think we get along so well, and the reason that we mesh together. Now, mind you, we all operate out of the same town. It's not like, he's North Jersey, I'm Central Jersey, he's South Jersey.
You guys are all
We're
in
like,
Lacey Township,
if
right?
you make a post that you're looking for a power washer, 10 out of 10, the three of us are going to show up to your house to give you an estimate.
Yep.
At that point, because we've raised our standard in pricing, it's just going to be a matter of who you like the best. Give or take $50, $100, whatever. But at that point, it comes down to who do you like better. And I think the reason, like I was saying, the reason we get along so well is because I don't have competition. I'm not saying that to be cocky. I don't have competition. My competition is myself. To be better than I was yesterday or the day before. So I have no problem. Like Jimmy was building a ladder rack for his truck. And we're talking about that. Hey, bro, if you need a hand, I'll come over. I'll help you out. I ain't got nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like being there for one another and helping each other. And out of the three of us, I've been doing this the longest. I kid you not. Last year, I paid Tom to come and teach me to do something that I didn't know how to do, that he knew how to do. I'm not afraid to admit I don't know something. And there's things I'm sure I've taught both of them.
Yeah, that's great that you guys could work together, and it rises you all up.
A rising tide raises all ships, right?
Yep,
So
sure.
I have no problem communicating and giving information because it like I said, I don't have competition. I don't look at them as competition, because part of being a better person is helping other people.
Absolutely.
So if I can help them even in the smallest way, like you said, Tom likes Real AF. I've been listening to Andy for 3 years, bro.
Yep.
He's the man, bro. The man for
I
business.
I got to check him out.
I have a vision board. He's based out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
He has 3 500,000 square foot buildings. Okay. My vision board is to get there and clean them. That could be next year. That could be 10 years. That could be 20 years. That's my overall goal. I want to go there and do that.
Wow.
So but if you don't, like some people may say, oh, that's crazy. That's such a big goal. How's that ever going to happen? How's this going to happen? I don't know, but it's going to happen.
Yep.
Some way, somehow.
I love it.
If you don't set your goals and your own personal expectations high, then you're always just gonna land amongst the stars. And you're gonna be like a bag in the wind, bro. You're just gonna blow. Oh, look, a tree. you know, and then until the next big gust of wind comes and you land underneath somebody's car. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you're just gonna float through life, you know. I try to be as personally excellent as I can.
That's awesome. I love that.
So
I think that's a great way to go about life.
if it is, and if more people thought like that,
The world would be a happier place,
bro,
and there'll be
it's crazy.
less
It's crazy.
road rage on the road.
It's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm inspired by you.
See, so I reached one person.
You definitely
That's
did.
all.
So I saw something on social, and I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to throw it out here.
Yeah,
and
throw it
you
out.
You can talk about what's this 75 that you're dealing.
75 hard.
Yeah,
All right,
I'd
so
like to talk about
that's
that.
perfect. I'm glad you brought it up. Unfortunately, I have failed it twice.
Okay.
Okay. 75 Hard is a mental toughness program. It's not a challenge like you see on TikTok. It's not that. It's a mental toughness program. There's an app. You can download the app. You don't need to. It's $6.99. And then you can there's a what it entails in the program is you have to do 2 workouts a day for 45 minutes. One has to be outdoor. Whether it's raining, snowing, sleeting, hailing, tornado,
You got to go
you
outside.
got to go outside and do it. You have to follow a diet. You can pick whatever diet you want. There's no cheat meals, there's no alcohol, there's no drugs. You have to read 10 pages of a self-help personal development book. You have to take a progress picture every day, and you have to drink a gallon of water for 75 days.
The hardest part, I think, out of all what you just said, is the workout outside on these terrible days in the winter.
Like I said, I failed it twice.
How far have you gotten?
The longest I did was 16 days. We had a snowstorm.
Okay.
I was out for over, I think I did 32
'Cause
hours.
You were plowing.
Yes, I don't have time. I didn't have time.
Yep.
So I failed.
Yep.
The
Good thing-
other day, Sunday, I was was it Sunday? No, I made it through Sunday because I went to, I did all that. Monday, I knew we were getting more snow. I made sure I got all my workouts done. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. And I woke up to a text message at 3 o'clock in the morning because I had to get ready to leave to go plow. So I wake up to a text message from the app. And it was like, did you pass or did you fail? Wait, that's odd. I did all my tasks. I clicked on the app, and I forgot to take a progress pic. 6 days in. Now, this program is designed to teach you mental toughness. It's designed to teach you a zero options mentality. It's designed to make you a better person. Now, I could have said, yeah, I took the picture, and then just took a picture real quick and then taken another. But guess what?
You did.
That doesn't count.
'Cause you
That's
didn't
not
do it.
doing it
Yeah.
the right way. That's not following the program.
Agree.
Now I have to start over again.
All right.
And the creator of that is also Andy Frisella.
Oh, okay.
When I tell you that man changed my life, that man has changed my life. I would follow him in the battle any day of the week.
Andrew, before we leave today, make sure I download this so I can get a couple in over the
He is
weekend.
very. I'm going to put it to you this way: if you don't like cursing,
Okay.
if you are not pro-America, and you're easily offended,
Don't listen.
do not listen. Do not listen.
All right. I think I can handle
If you can handle, when he says things and it hits you, it's supposed to.
Yeah. I got it.
You know what I mean? So
Be prepared.
yes, forewarning. But there's things just in doing the 75 hard for the time that I've done it. I've noticed differences. I weigh 269 pounds, just so everybody knows. I started this journey at 296 pounds January 1st.
Awesome. Great job.
So thank you. And I'm following my diet. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And it's really a great thing to do. Now, like I said, I have a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old. And my 11-year-old, I took her to dance Monday. And she says to me, I said, oh, we're getting snow. She got all excited and everything. And, excuse me. And she says, so Dad, you're going to fail again. Because the last time it snowed, I failed. She goes, you're going to be done by June. And I laughed. And you know what? That right there is what it's about. Because my daughter sees me trying to be better. So I'm making an impact in her life.
That's the win you need.
So now I have to show her
That you could do this.
I'm not going to fail. And I'm glad I failed twice. People, well, why are you glad you failed? Because there's a lesson in failure, but there's also a lesson in teaching my child that daddy failed, but daddy didn't give up and got back on the horse and is going to do it again. Like being in business, I have 2 kids that watch that they see what I do. It is I never graduated high school, you know, so it's my job to show them that no matter what you set your mind to in life, you can be successful. But it's not going to come through these social media influencers. It's not going to come from, you know, the guy with the, you know, Lamborghini. It's not going to come through that. It's going to come through, guess what? Working your ass off. It's going to come from grinding. It's going to come from doing 75 hard and it's 13 degrees outside and you're walking for 45 minutes outside cold. It's going to come from when it's raining. That one of the reasons I love the outdoor workout is because when it's raining, let's equate that to life. When it's raining in your life, you're going to grab an umbrella and you're going to go into what's comfortable for you.
Sure.
But when it's raining in my life, because of this program, I'm going to keep going, which is going to put me one day further than the person who said, oh, it's raining, I'll just take today off.
Fair. I love it. I love it. That's powerful.
That's why I love what I do. I love being a dad. I'm trying to be a better dad. Business is what it is, but the tools that I learn will bring me further in business.
Definitely.
Because of that zero options mentality. There is no plan B. There is no, I'm going to pick on Andrew.
Pick on Andrew for a second.
If Andrew comes to work every day and doesn't do a damn thing, on Friday, he's still going to get a paycheck, right?
Fair. Andrew does a lot.
If you don't come to work, how does Andrew get paid? If you don't come to work, how do you get paid?
It's not going to be pleasant for anybody.
This entrepreneurial stuff isn't for everybody.
It's not for everybody. It's not for the
if you're not willing to put in the effort and put in the work and grind, and not just grind for Instagram, grind to grind, it's not going to happen.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I said this the other day in our 3 Washketeers chat, and I thanked both of them. And that sounds weird, but I thank them for making me a better person because I see what Jimmy does and I see what Tom does. And
you got 3 hardworking guys.
You know what? What's that saying? You are the average of the 6 people you hang out with or something. I think that's how it goes. Yeah. 3 out of those 6, 2 out of those 6 I talk to every day. Donnie I talk to every day. So 3 out of those 6 people I talk to.
And they're all hustlers.
They make me want to be better.
Perfect. I love it.
Because if not, it's real easy to fall into complacency.
Totally.
And that's what ruins it.
This was a great chat.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I feel like I feel inspired. So if you wanted to inspire one person today, you did.
There you go.
I'm going to download the 75. I'm going to also start to listen to that podcast.
You should.
And I definitely want to have you back. I mean, and you could interview me. I
think that'd be cool. What do you think?
Really interesting.
Right?
I can only imagine his questions. We're gonna get the script first.
Nah. All off the cuff.
All off the cuff.
When you sit here and you go back and forth,
I love it. So I want to let everybody know you have a new website coming. It's going to be called GetWetPowerWashingNJ.com. Be on the lookout for that.
We are on social. The only social we have is Facebook.
Why not Instagram?
I'm not an Instagram model,
Okay.
So I don't really go on Instagram too much.
So you prefer Facebook and you love the groups.
I love the groups. The groups kind of get me in trouble sometimes when the $99 guy or the uninsured guy posts, and I'm like, I just want to ream him a new asshole, but I don't.
That's good.
But follow me on Facebook. We always are running like a deal, promotion. Right now we're doing our spring specials, so you hop on that. Phone number 732-996-5002. That's not my cell phone, but it's our company cell phone. So
they can text that too.
This face is the person that answers the phone.
Look at that. Head power washer and also answers the phones too.
It's not too much I don't do.
There you go.
So,
well, thank you for coming on today, Nick.
Thank
it was
you,
great
Tom. I
to
appreciate it. Thank
have
you.
And you're inspiring with the with your mental toughness. I tell you, I love
what
it.
it's about.
I think it's great and makes me kind of think and reflect and want to even do better too. So I'm glad that we got to meet through Tom through the charity event, and I'm glad that you've come here to do some business, and I'm also very happy that you came on the podcast today.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.